This is Rockin' with Jammin'. It's with Taylor McCluskey. How you doing?
McCluskey. I'm doing good. Yeah.
Not for those watching who don't know you yet. Tell me all about yourself. Tell me about yourself.
Absolutely, man. Let's see. My name's Taylor McCluskey. I was born in Auburn, California, which is in Northern California near Tahoe. I grew up in Sacramento. Went to LA when I was around 20, 19. Won a talent competition down there for acting and started doing the pounding the pavement and becoming an actor on film and TV. And then I got into rock and roll because I lived right above the Viper Room when I first moved down there. So I mean, during the weekend, we'd just walk around there and go to the, Whiskey Go Go and the Viper Room and, Roxy and see some great bands play and had a lot of fun. Went to school at UCLA studying film. And my buddy Tuffy Williams was a musician. He was also I think he was actor as well. And he was a drummer. And so we started the first band called the Madison Madmen. We go have some beers and go into rehearsal and just jam away with some other buddies of ours, and that was a lot of fun for us. And we did our first show at the Joint, which is in LA, and that was when I knew I loved playing rock and roll music. I loved the reaction with the audience. I loved playing original songs. I mean, we didn't really start out as like a cover band. We just started making originals. So that was kind of the cool thing of like, how do you become a better songwriter? How do you become a better singer? How do you become a better performer on stage, right? So a lot of trial and error as we all go through in life, and just kept pursuing it, and then slowly but surely keep meeting different bandmates. And the ones that have been around the longest is Zach St. John is my drummer, and we started a band called the MFICs, Taylor McCluskey and the MFICs, with Terrence LeClaire, Big Baker Jr., and we had Andrew James, and so it's a very eclectic group of guys, and so we started making records. We started going to Swing House Studios in LA, doing rehearsals, doing live recordings with Warren Hewitt, working on Neve consoles, and starting to figure out how a real rock and roll band makes really great recordings. So that was our mission, and so we started doing that, started mastering over Capitol Records, playing gigs, playing whiskey, and just writing songs together. Met my wife, Michelle, baby in LA, Alex. And then we decided to, move to Montreal. So we've been in Montreal for about 6 years, had my daughter here, and still was doing music and acting. And I met a guy named Glenn Robinson. We started on the record Eternal Love. We did Reckless. We took Reckless and did live at the Village Studio in LA with Zach and AJ. And Danny Hatcher, our other guitar player. Got some amazing recordings. We're in the Fleetwood Mac studio, which was incredible. And I've been very fortunate in my career to be able to go to amazing studios, play some really amazing places, and work with some very talented producers and musicians. And everything kind of progressed. And then, right before quarantine, we released a record called Star God. We did like little EPs and little singles in between that. And then during quarantine, we completed 18 new singles. So now I think you probably saw Gladiator and Stay With Me. And now we're going to be releasing Freedom Fighter on my birthday, August 4th. Next month, we have a new music video, us playing live with the band here, Gary McKenzie and Ange Cousseau, and their local Montreal guys, fantastic players. We just did a live recording on Friday, cameras and everything, live recording at his house in Saint Sauveur. So we're going to have another additional 5 songs coming. So we're releasing new content every month. I was going to drop a full record, but I felt like, we're going to be in this quarantine for a while. We don't know when we're going to be able to go on the road again and start playing live in front of people. So we're like, we're in space. We're going to do singles every single month for the next, probably 14 months. Like, we're going to have fresh content always coming out, photos, videos, press. I have a press agent in Los Angeles that's helping us out, who introduced me to you. And so we feel very fortunate. And I love making music. I love playing music, and I love sharing it with people.
Wow. That's a really talented story.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Well, I've experienced that too. I did what you did, but I interviewed them.
That's right. That is right. Good for you.
congratulations on your new song, Gladiator.
Thank you.
Does that song's rocks? Does that have any personal meaning to you? Does that any of
Yeah, like I mean, to us or to me specifically, is that it's about you're battling a lot of the time as a artist. In entertainment business, I think in any business, everyone's kind of battling to get to where they want to go, their destination or wherever they're trying to be. So you go through a lot of trials and tribulations and stuff, and it's about you fall off the horse, you get back on, you dust yourself off, and you jump back on the horse and keep riding, kind of thing. That's what my grandfather taught me, and that's one of the reasons why I got this tattoo right here was for my grandfather. He was a cowboy in California, and he gave me a lot of like these little like tidbits that you when you're a kid. When I was your age, he told me that exact story. Like I was having a hard time with playing basketball, and I wasn't making my shots, and he just kept on coaching me through it and give me some good advice and stuff about just keep practicing, keep going after it, keep pursuing your dreams. And so you meet a lot of amazing people, especially family in your life, that give you these little nuggets. So and Gladiator is one of my favorite movies with Russell Crowe. I love that movie, and so it inspired me to write this song.
So did you do a lot of writing during the lockdown?
So much writing. I mean, for me, like I like to be busy and I like to be proactive. And so once we heard everything was shutting down, I mean, both the entertainment business from the film side completely shut down, as you probably know, and music, obviously. And so with that time, I have two kids, I have a wife. So I wanted to kind of make sure I had a routine, especially with my musicians, my band, and make sure the communication was still flowing, make sure that we were, working on things together to fit in with the downtime. So Glenn Robinson, my producer, and my guitar player here, I always made sure I was sending him videos of new riffs, new hooks, playing acoustic guitar right on the iPad Pro and sending it to him and be like, what do you think of this? And, I have my amps up here, my guitars up here, my pedals and my mics and stuff. And so I'll just turn everything on and then just start playing through it. But I want to make sure I'm recording what I'm doing while I'm playing it so I can send it to him. If there's like a little lightning in the bottle thing where you hit a riff or you hit a chord, you're like, that's cool. What do you think? And so then you start the collaboration. That's what I really enjoy, is collaborating with the band that I have.
Are these just singles, or you're putting out, or is this another album coming out? Is this just singles you're putting out, or is there another album coming?
We are going to put out singles, and I don't know if I'm going to put an album out, to be honest. It's been talked about. We've been in discussions, but to me, it's like with the way people listen to music nowadays, it's very spontaneous and sporadic, right? Like you listen to a hard rock song, and then if you're on Spotify or whatever, Apple Music, maybe you want to hear a little country, or maybe you want to hear this. So, what I learned from releasing Star God was that three of the songs out of all the songs we had on there really got attention, right? So, but we plugged those songs individually, and then there's all these other great nuggets in there that it's going to take for the fan to almost kind of discover. But if you can basically release a song a month in almost an album kind of portfolio, as you will, you're going to give your fans really some tasty time to kind of hang out with the song for a bit, to spend some time with it, to understand it, rather than like, oh, I gotta listen to this song, I gotta listen to that song, I gotta listen to this song, like have them kind of hang around for Gladiator for a month. Because we have Gladiator live with the live band stuff, and then we have the Gladiator that we did in the studio, and then we also make Gladiator Atmos mastering, which is a new mastering you probably are seeing on like Apple Music and stuff, So it's more of like a surround sound. So we had to go and design, like we put the bass here, we put the drums there, we put the vocals here. Like we really had to spend time placing, and then the creativity goes all over the place, because you're like, when you watch like a Netflix show, right? You hear everything, not just right and left stereo. So that's why we want to make sure people have time to listen.
Wow, this is a pretty fast timeline. With you just putting out Star God last year, now was that plan to keep out putting out music this fast?
Yes. Absolutely. Fresh, 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 fresh,
Fresh,
all the time, all the time.
fresh, fresh,
Fresh, fresh,
fresh.
fresh, 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 all the time.
It's
New stuff all the time. Because people, there's an appetite for it now, which is great. So we just want to make sure we can keep up. You know,
man. Maybe you should make that your catchphrase. Fresh, fresh, fresh,
fresh, fresh, fresh, fresh.
fresh.
That'll be the new song. Fresh, fresh.
Man, yeah, fresh, fresh, fresh. That's for your song. Merch. Fresh, 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 merch. Fresh,
Everything's fresh. Fresh, fresh, fresh.
shirts, hats, fresh, fresh, fresh.
Fresh, fresh, fresh.
We will
I like
live
it.
the empire of fresh, 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 fresh.
You'll help me build the empire, will you?
Yes.
Fresh.
Were you upset you could not tour to promote your last album?
Yes. Yeah, that was hard. That was hard because we spent a lot of you know how it is. There's a lot of time that goes into these songs and making a record and financing the record. Like I finance all my records. I am the label, I am the manager, I am the lead singer, and so there's a lot of money that goes out into creating and making sure your boys are paid and everyone's doing well and getting a tour off the ground too. It takes a lot of sponsors and things working. So I was really looking forward to touring Star God a lot because of just visually like what I had in mind for the stage and all the video content, everything I was creating for it was going to put on a pretty unique show. It wasn't just gonna be us on the stage going da, da, da. I was going to add in a lot of lights and video and projections and all kinds of stuff, like really go for it. So I'm hoping that one day I can bring at least some of those songs with us, which I know I will, but have it also make sense with the new songs too. So it'll be a juggling act, but hopefully we'll get the opportunity.
So you are from California. What made you want to become a Canadian?
Oh, I'm U.S. I was born and raised in California. My wife is French Canadian, and so living in Los Angeles with kids is pretty intense, right? From way of life, and living in Canada, which you're very close to borders. So Buffalo is very close to kind of that. You have space, and you have fresh air, and you have good schools, and it's. But the cool thing about Montreal is it's almost like a European city too. So it's very eclectic. You got a lot of different types of people live here. Plus, it's fun to learn another language, French. It's a lot of fun to the food here is amazing. But also too is to be close to family. Mostly was kind of thing. I'm very close to my wife's family, and so now my kids can grow up with their nano and their nono, down the street. They actually have a house down the street from us. So family is very important for me, and I want to keep it tight. Especially as they're young. My son's 8 years old, and my daughter is she's 5. So I want to keep them close while we can.
What's the lockdown like over there? Right, I'm right near the Ontario border
Yeah,
border.
yeah.
And I seen they just started opening things up. Like they're gonna open the border at August 20th. They're actually gonna open the border.
Yeah, if you're fully vaccinated, I believe Americans can start coming up to Canada, which I'm very happy about because you got the TIFF Film Festival, right, in Toronto.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, TIFF. Yeah, so they'll have that going on. And then I don't know, Just for Laughs is a big comedy festival here, but I think a lot of the festivals that we were supposed to have in the summer have been pushed till next year, still, because it's a lot of people and everything. So, we're excited. I was just out at a restaurant right before our interview at Junie, and you walk in with a mask and you sit down and you take your mask off, you enjoy the food, and then when you get up, you put your mask on, you go outside. But walking down the street, you're outside, you don't have to wear a mask.
Now you're an actor as well. That was in some pretty big movies. What was that like?
It's an amazing experience. Learned a lot. Got to work with some of the greatest filmmakers and actors and producers and writers in the business. Feel very blessed to be a part of that. I mean, I have a new script I wrote with my writing partner Rick Gaziola called Young Bloods about SEAL Team 6 and the cartels, and so we're shopping that around right now too, and it's moving. And it was spawned from a short film that I wrote and directed and produced and starred in called Greenbacks. So, and it's been 7 years in the making. So, my whole thing now is like I want to be on the writing side of movies and be a lead actor in them and potentially direct one day as well. You know, I direct all the music videos that we do and online content and everything I produce as well through Taylor Made Films. So we keep everything in house. And I learned a lot of these techniques from a company called Handmade Films that I used to work for in Los Angeles that George Harrison from the Beatles started. And my boss, Thomas Adelman, who worked a lot in the film business, taught me a lot about that and carried over till now. You know, so I feel very privileged and lucky to be, you know, have those experiences. I can actually use those into my current businesses.
And you have your own movie, Youngblood, coming out. Tell me what that movie is about.
Youngblood is based about SEAL Team Six operator who loses his wife and child to a cartel member, and it's about him working with his team to essentially take them out. So think of Sicario meets Act of Valor meets the movie Heat, all kind of tied into one. A plus action film all the way.
That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
Do you prefer acting or making music?
That's a very good question. I started out acting, but you know, music is something, as you probably have seen, experienced, is that you plug in and you play. Acting is something that's a little bit different. Like, you know, it's a very large collaborative process. Like, you need a great script, a scene actor. Like, you can't just pick up. Well, you can. I mean, you can go look in a mirror and say some, you know, lines, but to have the ultimate, you know, euphoric kind of, oof, I find grabbing a guitar and singing a song that you wrote or that I wrote is pretty powerful. But I guess it all depends on the stage, right? I mean, are you on $100 million movie set, or are you on an indie film? I guess it all kind of depends on who you're working with. You know, I've had some amazing moments on a little indie film with another actor and just one camera, and then you have these other big like Transformers where you're running and there's things blowing up in front of you and it's big money and it's a big scene and that's also very exciting too. You know, so it's every situation is different, but all in all, there my love is in both vehicles for sure.
What was it like being on some of those big budget sets?
It was very, very intense. It's very intense in a good way. It was the adrenaline was there. I mean, it's so powerful from the standpoint when you can see just these amazing scenes happening right in front of you, especially action scenes. I love action movies, always have. So seeing the car chases and the explosions, and then watching it when the movie's done and seeing what that scene was able to go through post production with all, you know, CGI and all those elements, you know, and where it goes to that point with the music and the cutting, and it's really amazing to see and also be a part of too. It's a massive learning experience. I'm like a sponge. I just sit on the set and absorb everything I can, you know.
Do you plan on doing that with any new stuff?
For acting or for music, which one?
So you make your own videos. You make
Yes, yes, yes. Oh yes, like so for the band stuff, what we do is like for instance on Friday of last week we were at my drummer's house, beautiful house in the country in the mountains, and I have my camera crew in there and they set up and we make sure we talk about shots, and then the band and I get together and we're all mic'd up, we have our headphones on, our inner ears and all that stuff, and then Glenn makes sure everything's mixed into Pro Tools really beautifully, and we play the song over and over and over, do a bunch of takes. And then I take all that stuff. Glenn comes here. He was here actually this morning. We were in the box, we call it. So Pro Tools, mixing away, listening to playback. And then I go through with my DP, my director of photography. And I sit with her and we go through the footage. And then I will take all those elements once they're all there for me, and I'll cut them in this office and start to put the music videos together. So like Gladiator, I cut that video myself, stay with me, and I get Final Cut Pro up and I just start, you know, try to make it as unique and pleasurable to see. Then I send out to the colorist his name's Kelly Reese in Los Angeles. He gets on a DaVinci and he make sure it's all colored really beautifully. in post-production.
Now I notice you took your music and made them into short movies instead of standard videos.
Yeah, we did that with greenbacks, actually. That was the first one we did. So we shot at East West Studios, right, and on Hollywood Boulevard. And we were in the room where the Rolling Stones were, where Frank Sinatra was, where we recorded through the board that Michael Jackson did Thriller. And we were together and we recorded to tape live, real analog tape, and through the Neve and all that. And then I had a camera crew and then we shot that. Then we went outside of that, me and my writing partner Judd, and we did scenes together and we added a band in there. And then we shot a bunch of stuff in LA and wrapped that puppy up. And then I got Best Actor in the IFSA, which is an independent film festival at the Grove Theater in Los Angeles, and that was really fun because they really liked that movie. It was a short film, and then we had to make a really big decision with Greenbacks. Were we going to go into a comedy direction or we're going to go into an action direction? And then I decided to take into an action direction, which spawned Youngblood, the script now. So now we're taking the script Youngblood and we're going to go out there and hopefully make that movie. Bless you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. That sucks when I'm doing interviews. I have to sneeze in my nose and I'm just.
It's okay, man.
I just have to like, and then
It's all good. We all sneeze.
Do you still play Harry in the haunted house?
No. And I don't even, that wasn't me.
You didn't play.
I don't know why that credit's there.
You didn't play the haunted.
I didn't play Harry in the haunted house.
Oh.
That has been a phantom credit that I can't.
Is that the one? Is that the one? The funny one?
I think so. It's like it was done in the early '90s, and I've been trying to figure out who it really is. I think there must be another person named there, or they may, but I don't like. I asked my mother about it. Was I a young kid and I did it? And I don't know. I don't like that memory. I might have. I just don't. I can't remember. I don't know.
Were you a guy with that guy called Malcolm Johnson? Was it like in the movie?
I don't.
Oh, the video. It was a video.
Is a video? Yeah. See that is something I just don't. I don't know what that is. Why that was there. I never put that credit up. It showed up one day, and then people started talking about it. I'm like, I don't remember unless I did it a lot. It's gone. I just don't know. I don't even recognize my voice in it, so it must not be me.
I've watched Haunted House before, so
Is it good?
Yeah, the funny one. Yeah.
Does it sound like me? Does the guy sound like me?
I don't know what she played in, so
I don't. I'm so confused. I have no idea. It's the weirdest thing. Rogue. It's a Rogue Phantom credit that we got to get to the bottom of.
Do you have Netflix? It's on part two.
I'm gonna look it up, but like, yeah, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
But I'll tell you, Haunted House 2 and Haunted House 1, you'll get some laughs in. Don't worry.
Okay, good. I'll tell my agent and tell me to go and submit me for the next one.
Any plans on touring this year?
Yeah, we're working on some local stuff right now. We actually, funny enough, I was at Piccolo Studios yesterday with my son, and we're looking at that location to potentially do a Halloween show on the 30th and 31st there. But I want to do a live stream Halloween show of us playing, 10, 15 songs to a live audience, a VIP crowd, and then the live stream will take it out online. So we're getting through the numbers and the budgets and the scheduling and trying to see if it works for us. Also, we're working with, we're putting together a plan for a show with Solo Tech, and they do all the big tours, and they have a location here in Montreal. So we're designing something for that right now. We're in negotiations for that. But as for a full tour, we have we're in talks with a booking company right now, and we're being talked about through the company right now to see what's available, because I want to get on the road like yesterday. I want to get out there now. I want to get to the States. I want to play New York. I want to go play all the way up and down through Florida, go all the way to the West Coast, cut through, get through Texas. We submitted for South by Southwest for next year, so we're waiting to hear back on that. So fingers crossed, because I love to play South by Southwest. And yeah, we're out there. We're talking to people. We're trying to get stuff, going. So whoever wants to do a tour with us, please call us, because we need to play these songs in front of a live audience because I'm tired of playing on Instagram Live, which I love Instagram Live, but there's a difference, right?
I get it.
You get me. Thanks, bro. Yeah, let's go.
Excited to get back on the road.
What?
Are you excited to get back on the road?
I'm so excited.
Let's go.
Very excited. Very excited.
What is your favorite memory from playing the show?
What's my what?
What is your favorite memory from playing the show?
Oh, from playing a show.
Yes.
Okay. Favorite memory is the first show we ever played. And I was rocking it, and I just started walking on the bar, and just like I was kicking drinks, so I was going nuts. And then the mic just zapped back towards the stage, and so I had to come up with some interpretive dance to try to sell myself back to the stage. And then I couldn't find the mic, and then I was just kept on coming up with some really wicked dance moves. And then finally, my bass player was like, and I saw it and I grabbed it, and right when the chorus came up, I was able to get back to it right in the nick of time. And everyone was like, ah, ah! You know, so that was pretty fun, especially for your first live show. That was a great moment. I will never forget that.
Man,
Yeah.
you were just like, yeah.
Yeah.
What is your worst memory from playing the show?
My first one?
No, your worst.
Oh, worst memory. Oh, my mic blew up at the Whiskey A Go Go, and my bass player, I love him, Andrew James. I was just on the phone with him today. He was like, dude, he's like, I think this mic, like, because we had this fan powered mic. It was a it wasn't a telephone. It was just, I've had this mic for a long time. It's my favorite mic, and I think it was a telephone. Yeah. Oh no, it was a blue mic, and I just love this mic. I love the way it sounded. He's like, hey man, I think you should put like a 58 on there. Sure, 58 or 57. I was like, no man, it's cool, because we were just doing a sound check, and it popped a couple times, and oh, no, it'll be fine. I'll talk to the sound man. So I was mid show, having a great show, and the mic just blew up, completely blew up. And there's footage of it too, I think somewhere. Like, we did this Whiskey A Go Go kind of documentary of
Like,
yeah, I'll send it to you.
okay, quick question. Like, did it actually like blow up, or it just like quit? Like,
It didn't like blow up. Like, it would have been so much better if it just went pop, but then it could have gotten burned or whatever. But no, it's just like, it just popped. Like, I heard it pop inside, and I was like, whoa. And then I dropped it, and then the stage manager ran up and gave me the 57, and then went back and kept going. So it was a handoff. It just blew up, gone, and then grabbed the next one, and we're ready to go. So Whiskey Go was great for that.
Literally blew up.
I wish it was I just, there's footage of it, and I don't want to tell
I wish that. You could have got too. I wish that.
I've been shocked a couple times, because I've been zapped on my lips a couple times, because it was just like, the connection in my lips are, yeah. So I've been zapped.
I did one time.
Oh geez.
I got a scar there. I like the scar.
How'd you get burned?
I was like 2 or 1, and then I accidentally put my hand on the grill, or.
Ooh, yeah, you gotta be careful of that. Every time I grill, I always tell the kiddos to be careful.
Yeah, it's just. It wasn't that bright when I was a kid.
It's okay. We all fall down.
I thought the fireplace was my friend.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Fire burns. You gotta be careful, man.
Dude, I thought I had a friend. If you could pick your dream tour, who would be on the lineup with
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters? Wow.
Foo Fighters. Yeah. I would love to open up for Foo Fighters.
Well, I really hope that happens.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Dave Grohl.
Come on. Get out of the shadows. Come on. What is next for you?
What's what?
What's next for you?
Okay, next, man, we are We're going through the footage. We're cutting. Oh, we have Freedom Fighter coming out August 4th. Atmos music video and live. So we'll have that coming out. That's gonna be on Instagram and Facebook and stuff, and promoting that and doing lovely shows like this. And then we're focusing on the Halloween show. We're getting ready for that, and we'll probably do another recording in August with the band for the next 5 songs to 7 songs we've made that are left on the deck that I want to do live versions of with the band, so we all become tight and play them and work them out and stuff. So, but for me, like, I love playing live, and I love the way live music sounds with studio to live almost better, because there's like imperfections and stuff in there sometimes that are just beautiful. And I just love that stuff. So that's what we'll be doing. And trying to get Youngblood done.
How do my followers start following you? How do my followers start following you?
Oh, please go to Taylor McCluskey Music, which is on Instagram. That's where I do a lot of my posting and stuff. Like, all the newest stuff goes there first. And then we kind of segue into, there's like a link tree in the bio, and that will show like all the, I'm going to put this on there. I'm going to do something special for you too on a native post of us having this thing, because this is awesome. This is so much fun. And, we work together.
We work together, my brother.
My brother.
Oh my God, I actually got the accent down. Man, God, man, maybe I can move to Wakanda. Hello, my brother. Is this your king? Okay, either way, let's get this. Thank you for being on my show. I hope the next time we talk is at the backstage on one of your shows, dude. Please.
You have a backstage pass wherever I go. You realize that. You don't have to ask.
Oh my God, thank you, man.
You're there all the way.
Devil hunts! Fresh. Remember the merch.
Oh no, fresh. We're the freshest music here. Fresh. The freshest hats, the freshest shirts, freshest tattoos.
I have to rip the shirt right now so I can drink fresh.
We drink fresh.
Yeah, fresh. All right, bye. Have a good one. Fresh.
Fresh.